This morning, our very special guest from Promise Players, our friend Dorothy Smith, is with us. Good morning, Dorothy.
Good morning.
So wonderful to have you here.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for coming. Tell us all about Promise Players.
Okay. Well, Promise Players is a Christian theater group that we do performances usually twice a year, and they are always to raise money for a nonprofit, for a Christian nonprofit in particular.
How many years have you been doing shows?
They have been doing shows since 95.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of funds raised for nonprofits
so it's
in the
almost
local.
30 years now.
That's amazing. Now, what is this year's show that you're here to tell us about?
This year's show is called Baggage Claim, and kind of has under that a modern day parable.
Okay.
Which is a good description.
And this is one you've done before.
We have. We did this one 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And so we have some of the same cast.
I was going to say, because Lanny and Tim and a lot of the folks who come in and tell us about Promise Players have been there for years. Who are some of the folks that are in the cast again this year?
So some repeats that we have, Glenn Grubb and Ken Hess.
Oh, yeah. They've both been here with us. Yeah.
Yes. Everybody's familiar with Ken. So
yeah, that's awesome. Tell us a little bit about Baggage Claim. What's it about?
Baggage Claim is about a family, the DeBackel family, who are checking in at a bed and breakfast. And this bed and breakfast is up on a real big cliff. Okay. So it takes a lot of stairs to get up to the bed and breakfast.
That's funny. Yeah. So is the debacle, is that debacle? Is that a play on words there?
That is. And you will hear it pronounced both ways.
Oh, that's fun.
Yes.
Yeah. So when are you doing Baggage Claim? When is it going to be performed?
So our performances are November 7th through 10th and 14th through 17th. The evening performances on Thursday, Friday, Saturday are at 7:30. And on Saturday and Sunday, we have our matinees at 2:30 on both days. Yes.
And these are happening like they have for years at Lampeter Church of the Brethren.
They are.
Yeah.
Yes.
And are people encouraged to get tickets ahead of time?
Oh, you want to reserve your tickets ahead of time.
Yeah, because they go fast.
Yes.
What's the easiest way for folks to get tickets?
You can either go to promiseplayers.org. We have our own website now, and you can reserve tickets. Or you can call up the church. I'm sorry, I don't know that number now.
Let's see, I think it's right here, 717-464-2050. Does that sound right?
That is
That's
correct.
what it looks like on here.
Didn't realize
that's okay.
Okay.
So either go to promiseplayers.org or call 717-464-2050. They're coming up November 7th through the 10th and 14th through the 17th. And Dorothy, what do you love about this show? What is it that makes you smile when you see it?
Well, the show is wonderful. It's about this family, and they are carrying, if you will, baggage with them. And the people who are at the hotel, the other guests, are some zany characters, if you will. And so that's a lot of fun finding, being introduced to those characters.
Yeah.
And but the whole thing comes around in the second act with what the reality of these people's lives are, what they're dealing with, whether it's cutting or alcoholism, some real heavy things that they are dealing with, but it ends with a wonderful story of redemption. Yeah.
That's wonderful. Now, who is the nonprofit that you're raising funds for this year?
We are raising funds for Restart Training Center Ministries.
That's wonderful.
Who help people who have addictions.
I love that you guys do that Promise Players supports a lot. WJTL was one several years ago. I love that you support so many local ministries. That's great. Yes. Yeah, so check it out, Baggage Claim. A Modern Day Parable is happening at Lampeter Church of the Brethren. It's coming up November 7th through the 10th, 14th through the 17th. PromisePlayers.org is a place you can get the details. Check that out. This morning, our very special guest, Dorothy Smith, is with us. She's the director of the Promise Players show Baggage Claim. Good morning again, Dorothy.
Good morning.
So great to have you here. My big question is, how many times will Sam run the 347 flights of stairs to retrieve everybody's baggage?
Well, I think we will leave that one as a secret until someone comes to the show and
Who
they
is
will
Sam?
find out. Glenn Grubb is playing
He's
Sam.
playing Sam.
Yes.
And what is Sam? Is Sam the bellhop?
No, Sam is the father of the
He's the father, okay.
DeBuckle family, yes.
Yeah. But it says here on your card that the bellhop is the one who's throwing the baggage into the ravine.
Yes.
Yeah.
The bellhop's name is Jake.
Jake.
And Jake is the Jesus figure, if
Okay.
you will.
Fun. And he's trying to get rid of their baggage.
He's trying to get rid of their baggage.
Wonderful.
Exactly.
Promise Players has been doing show for 30 years in our area. They're a Christian organization that also raises funds for nonprofits. Who's the nonprofit you're raising funds for this year?
We are raising funds for Restart Training Center Ministries. And, they help people who are recovering not just alcoholics, but drugs, people who have addictions.
So when folks come to your show, your Promise Players show, there's a suggested donation amount.
Yes, there is. So
And then
we
you
have
guys
a
donate
suggested
that.
donation that you would just pay when you come at the door. Yes.
That's awesome. And you guys have raised a lot of funds for a lot of nonprofits over the years, which is fantastic. PromisePlayers.org is the place where you want to get information and tickets. It's happening at Lampeter Church of the Brethren in Lancaster, November 7th through the 10th, 14th through the 17th. Dorothy, as the director, what is it? This is a modern parable. What is it that you're trying to get your folks who are on stage or even backstage? What are you trying to get them to present to the audience?
Yes. So our cast is really from all over Lancaster County. From many different churches are represented there. So it's a very diverse cast. And we really want our audience to grasp the concept that, if you're carrying baggage, which most people are carrying some kind of baggage, that there's a way to give this up and a way to lighten your load, if you will.
Yeah, you've directed a lot of shows for Promise Players. Do you know how many?
Well, I haven't directed too many. I have been in several as well. I've been doing shows with them for about 10 years.
That's amazing.
But, yeah.
Now, you didn't write this show.
No, we did not write this show.
But the musical coming up in the spring you wrote with your husband and your son.
Yes, we
That's
did.
fun.
That's called Muddled Memories. And so we have auditions for that on January 4th if anyone would like to come be a part of us.
And I'm imagining they could get info about that at promiseplayers.org too.
Yes, they can.
That's wonderful. Baggage Claim is a modern day parable. It's Promise Players presenting it. It's happening at Lampeter Church of the Brethren. It's November 7th through the 10th, 14th through the 17th. You do a couple shows on some of those days, right?
Yes, on the Saturdays we have two shows. We have the afternoon at the 2:30 and the evening at 7:30. Yes.
Yeah. Well, we wish you the best in your presentation. We love when Promise Players comes. Thank you so much for visiting us again.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, once again, we invite you to go to promiseplayers.org, or you could call the church, reserve your tickets ahead of time, because a lot of times they do sell out. 717-464-2050. Coming up November 7th through the 10th, 14th through the 17th, Promise Players present Baggage Claim. Dorothy, thanks for being with us this morning.
Thank you.
Have a great rest of your day.